well, you can't trade this guy. There's just no way because you're not going to get anything for him. So instead, this is painful. This might be more painful than the beer chug that I had to do at the start of this episode.
Are you sure?
Telling you all to drop Antonio Gibson. I was big time a believer. Finally, this year, they were going to use Antonio Gibson like he ought to be used, like the receiver that he was in college, but out of the backfield. He was going to crush his career high in targets and receptions. And instead, he is sitting here nicely at RB 58.
Oof.
He's not getting targets. Not at all. In fact, he's on a pace for a career low right now. That's super unfortunate. Brian Robinson, though. Hey, kudos to Brian Robinson, who's looking fantastic. Mm-hmm. We had a beer bet for the season that I'm absolutely just I'll concede at this point that Antonio Gibson is much worse than Brian Robinson.
No, I do not allow concessions at this point of the season.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to reverse jinx it. That's all. But I do think with Antonio Gibson, it's done. We've seen it. If we were going to see him be used, what I feel is the right way, by getting a lot of targets out of the backfield, we'd see it. Instead, he's out here looking like generic McKinnon, like the worst receiving running back that is possible. And he's on pace. This is no bullshit. For just over 500 total cumulative yards. That's not a guy that you hold on to. I dropped him last week. In fact, right before the game started to pick up Marvin Mims. I was ahead of myself on this one, and I almost couldn't wait to do it. So it's a bummer, but I'm out.
Yeah, it's too bad. And I truly mean that because I did really like Gibson last year and the year before. I really thought there was going to be a lot of upside there. And for whatever reason, this team just doesn't want to use him. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, hopefully he lands in free agency and catches on with another team that would actually use him and his talents because he's just wasting away in Washington. Because I do think he is a good player. But what do I know from my chair here in the basement?